is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
What's good? What's good, big dog? We're about to get started. We got the baby in here tonight with us. Huh? You what? Oh nah. What's good, Blessing? Got the baby in the cut. Little baby D in the cut. So I got a new way I'm gonna do these. Just always thinking of new things to be entertaining and still bring the real that's going on in the world. So I'm gonna just sit back in the cut and bring the gems that I be seeing, and let the people decide their own opinion, how they feel about it. Sometimes I might speak on it, but so I got a couple videos. I'm gonna sit back tonight. Tonight is Friday night. I'm gonna sit back and chop it up. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Joe Biden did it again, man. We ain't talking about Joe Biden. We talking about another transgender. Man, what is this, bash training day?
No, that's the next
That's
video.
the next video.
Yeah.
All right.
So in Arkansas, it's this pharmacist.
Oh, man, how can I forget about this video?
Yeah, so this transgender, she's a pharmacist.
I always wanted to be a pharmacist, man. You know why?
Why?
I wanted to get all the expired dick pills. Didn't have to pay for them. You know how they get all them samples? Like, oh, man.
You a damn thief.
No, ain't they samples? I ain't stealing nothing. They giving me free samples. That's not stealing.
All right, can we talk about the trans, man?
I ain't no thief, man.
We talking about the trans now, over there in,
No, House Committee in Arkansas.
yeah. So there's talk, I guess that...
Shit, I ain't gonna, don't get me wrong before we show you this video, man. That was a good-looking trans.
I mean, it looks...
If that was a woman, she's definitely my type. Hey, can I get your number? Yeah? Yeah,
She's like, here you go, baby.
I'm like, what, bitch?
All right, let's get serious on this.
All right. I mean, until you hear her talk, you don't know that stuff.
You really
You don't know. You just think it's a white woman testifying. That's all you know.
Yeah. Okay. So she's testifying because I guess in Arkansas they're going to pass this law, or they talk about passing this law about banning, these affirming surgeries and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of homophobic people in Arkansas. A bunch of rednecks down. They ain't down with them trans.
So let's go to the committee meeting.
I've lived my entire life in Arkansas, born in Newport, raised in Northeast Arkansas.
Just keep it up, but keep it up.
What the hell is? Well,
Hey.
No, yeah. I want to sound like I'm from Arkansas.
Yeah, you're not.
That's obviously a trans behind her.
I would think so.
That's it. I mean, the one talking.
I mean, but
I couldn't tell with her.
Yeah,
Hands are small. I don't see no Adam's apple.
but
She's thick too, man. I like thick women, but not that thick.
No, but the one with the glasses, her resting bitch face is on point though. You gotta give her that.
You gotta give her that.
She's got the.
It's like when I was a kid, man. When you go trick or treating, you know how you open the door. I would not want to see that face
for candy.
You open the door, trick or treat. Oh shit!
She gonna give me a damn apple.
She gonna give you a damn apple or a rotten banana.
Anyway, okay, let's listen to what she got to say.
Yeah.
I have completed my doctoral degree at UAMS in Little Rock. I'm still happily married to my high school sweetheart, have 2 daughters, ages 3 and 6, both rotten, and I'm also intimately familiar with disadvantaged communities and am myself a transgender female. Before voting on this legislation, I highly encourage you to first stop into my pharmacy, visit with me so I may dispel any unknowns and share my experiences of those in my community. In my practice, I have not experienced a single instance of a patient regretting their transition or starting puberty blocking medication. I have hundreds of patients currently on hormone replacement therapy that identify as being in the transgender community, each happy to have the opportunity to be themselves and stave off the chronic dysphoria that plagues them. The biggest obstacle that the transgender individual faces is the lack of empathy, affirming care, and resources to help them succeed in life. Bills like SB 199 are designed to hinder, not help Arkansans, by creating barriers to evidence-driven healthcare they deserve under the guise of protecting the young and innocent.
Yes, I just wanted to know, you said that you were not aware of anyone that was unhappy. Are you unaware that there is a large number of people in this country who are unhappy?
I follow multiple social media sites for those who detransition and those who do detransition, and I've not had any instance in Arkansas. It's generally because they have the lack of family support or resources, not necessarily because they've regretted the decision that they made. Family support and resources. Transitioning is hard. It takes a lot of resources to be able to do it and achieve certain goals, and so.
That's interesting because that's not at all what their story is.
I know.
Oh, well, I'm in the community with lived experience, so I have a better firm understanding.
No. You're in the community, but you said you didn't know anyone.
Not in the state of Arkansas.
And I do.
Okay.
And so what you said about their mindset does not represent the people that I know who have detransitioned or want to detransition.
Senator McKee, you're recognized.
Are you telling us that you're unfamiliar with the large body of medical evidence of the harm that has come upon people that have gone through these processes?
I'm familiar with a large body of evidence that shows that providing good affirming care saves lives.
Are you saying that you're unaware of the large body of medical evidence of the harm that has come upon these people in these processes that have been gone through? Are you unaware of that body of evidence?
I will repeat what I just said.
Are you unaware of that
I
body
will
of
repeat
evidence?
what I just said.
You said that you're a trans woman.
I trans female. Yes, ma'am, sir.
Do you have a penis?
That's horrible.
You're the one that brought that into the discussion.
I
You're the one that
never
brought that
said
in.
anything about genitalia.
Go back over to that gay priest again. Even the priest was pissed off. Let's go back to the question. Okay, here we go. Look at the priest.
You said that you're a trans woman.
Priest.
I trans female. Yes, ma'am, sir.
Do you have a penis?
Keep playing it. What kind of priest is that back out?
That's horrible.
You're the one that brought that into the discussion.
I never said anything about genitalia.
Oh, it had everything to do with genitalia.
I don't know what my rights are for right now.
Audience, if you want to stay in here.
I don't know what my rights are, but that question was highly inappropriate.
You do not have to answer any question. If you're through, we'll dismiss you.
Man, these people in Arkansas is homophobic. Yeah, how did Arkansas? If you want to stay in here, y'all gonna have to show some manners in here. You got that right, jumping here. What's wrong with asking if you got a cock or not? You damn transgenders, I don't understand you. I just asked you if you had a damn cock.
This shit is wild.
Man, it's like, you know what's crazy? He's asking you a question. You don't answer. You give him an answer to a question he didn't ask you. He asked you again. This is the same answer. That's what prompted him to ask you if you had a penis. Yeah, because you would be disingenuous. He's gonna be disingenuous. Yeah, that's why he did it. I don't think it's right. I mean, everybody knows you got a cock. You know? Yeah, you got 2 kids. Yeah. Somebody's busting something. Busting. Man, it's a crazy world we live in, man. It's like you got a priest back out. A gay priest. You know, that's like being a black Nazi. You know that, right? What? A gay priest? Yeah. That's like a black Nazi. They don't exist. Some things don't go together, you know? Like a damn KKK wizard, black man. Yeah. You know? That shit don't go together. Black, white supremacist? You got a gay priest? I mean, have you read the Bible? Oh, man. I mean, why is it so offensive? Ask you if you got. Well, he should, that was, they're having a hard time, dealing with their, what's down there. They don't like it. So that was just a painful reminder. She's got a choke between her legs. Well, she probably like it somewhat. She got 2 kids. I know, man. She's busting some nuts. You know what I noticed about transgender couples? The guy wants to live his life as a woman. They are marrying a woman who wants to be a dude. Yeah, but it's still straight sex. It's just kinky as hell. Yeah. I noticed that a lot about trans. Yeah, did y'all know that?
I definitely see a lot of that.
A lot of transgenders are not even gay. That's what makes it so more...
That's crazy.
Apprehensible if... Apprehensible? Apprehensible. If you're not gay, why are you going in the opposite sex restroom? Because you're living your life as the opposite sex. Because you're still attracted to the opposite sex. Yeah. Because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I say it's apprehensible.
Comprehensible. What the hell that mean? What it mean? I'll look it up later. Means terrible. Apprehensible. Yeah. Like a black Nazi. Just think apprehensible. Picture. Pop-up picture. Black Nazi. Apprehensible. Yeah, I want to say this. I mean, okay, she says she gives anecdotal evidence. Well, he's giving anecdotal evidence too, to be fair. Who? The homophobic councilman. He said, "Oh, the people I know, well, they had the interest. It's anecdotal. No, it's anecdotal on both sides. See, her evidence is anecdotal because it's not. It's coming from a biased place. Yeah, she's biased to teaching. She's biased, but there's quite a bit of evidence from actual.
She definitely biased.
Made that transition and said they regret doing this, and it has nothing to do with if they had support from family.
You got a whole documentary on this shit.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it. Yeah, and these people are regretting they made that choice because they wish they had that mushroom tip back, or they having all these side effects from all these drugs and the actual surgeries. There's a lot of misconceptions that LGBTQ community is spreading too. That they perpetrating that gender affirming surgery saves lives. Yeah, there's no. Shut up. Let me finish. There's no statistical evidence, no empirical research that backs that. It's just a bunch of regurgitated gay talking points. Anecdotes. Yeah. There's no, I mean, if there's a study that shows that, because even if you get affirming surgery, you're still whatever you was before the affirming surgery. Yeah, you can't change your DNA. You can't change your bone structure. I don't care if you chop it off. You can't change those hips. Can you imagine chopping it off? You can cut them titties off. But you can't cut down them hips. The way you walk, you can't cut down. I can see that's what gives it away, you know, your bone structure, man. Yeah, wide ass hips and these narrow ass shoulders. Yeah, unless you're looking at Stephen Crowder, he's got a nice ass, you know. You can't tell with him. He's got one of the nicest asses I've ever seen. I know his wife is proud. She's like, "Oh, Stephen, yeah, arms." I mean, man, he does, don't it? Hey, Kim, boy, we ain't talking about that. I'm just saying. All right, so, what are you trying to say? I'm homosexual or something? So when the guy brings up that question, and everybody's like so grossed out. I mean, well, they're grossed out over their bodies. That's why. Yeah, I mean, if you're so grossed out, don't you think the people on the right and we're grossed out? Just imagine how the homophobics feel. The people with homophobia. Y'all initiated all of this stuff. Well, you know, that question's not even being asked. I think you're being a little harsh, No. This question's not even being asked if y'all just... You're being a little too hard on the transgenders. Now, they can't help it they was born in the wrong body. Show them some respect now. How the hell you born in the wrong body? Man, that dude's wearing a dress, makeup. He's born in the wrong body. I truly believe that. That's impossible. Yeah, it is. You cannot be born in the wrong body. I'm born in the wrong body. I should have been a white man.
For y'all that don't know about these guys, they are very sarcastic. You know, they do it in a way to where they still keep their show, but they, you know, they say what they mean and they mean what they say, but you know, they try not to go so hard. But they still go hard. I don't know if you know, you get my drift. Like they very sarcastic. So a lot of the shit they saying is for jokes. And, you know, they just being funny. They, you know, but they really serious about the opinion of, you know, man is with girl and girl is with man. You know, that's what I teach in my household. So, you know, if you're not into this type of content, I respectfully understand you, feel me? But that's just what I teach in my household. I have daughters. I hope that when they get of age, they seek out a husband, a boyfriend, not a girlfriend. That's my way of living, and that's what I would want for my kids. Now, if they choose to do otherwise, then we'll have to deal with that later. You know, we have to deal with that later. So I just wanted to throw that out there just in case nobody, if you're new to the Haas twin, you know, they're very sarcastic.
Stupid. Why? Because you Republican? No, I like country music. I like trucks. I like white women. Well, you crazy as hell. You like all women. Yeah, I like all women. You even say you like that damn white transgender right there. Hey, I don't discriminate. Hey, but let's get back on point here. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Now what? That lady, that transgender lady. Now, you avoiding the question, you're not being totally honest. There's a lot of people that You're suffering. Not being sincere. Will you shut the fuck up? You're not being sincere. I mean, if you want people to take you seriously, you gotta accept the good and the bad. You gotta be objective. You gotta be objective because being objective, if you're actually experiencing this euphoria, I mean not euphoria, this dysphoria, transgenderism, then you could prevent somebody from ruining their life. If you're being objective and you're answering these questions and you're being objective, you come off more credible. You come off more reliable. When you do what you did, you seem like paints a bad light. You're a hack. You're just a narcissistic person who's just trying to push this narrative. It's propaganda at that point because you're teaching a set of circumstances that's biased because it fits your agenda. You're wisely teaching a set of beliefs.
It's very similar to a cult, and I'm gonna be honest. That's what a lot of people are doing when they make these transitions. They joining cults. They don't truly. I'm not saying everyone. The majority of people doesn't truly believe in what they're doing, but the status that come with it now. What they say, people will do anything for fame now. They'll even turn their kids into product. We see many celebrities do it. I'm not gonna sit here and call names. Y'all already know. You're seeing parents do it to their kids every day, because they are watching what comes with it. The status is more important than living by the rules that were set out before you, or not rules, but the belief system. A lot of people claim that they're this and that, but they still go against what they believe. This is why I don't follow the laws and lands of religion, because they all jokesters. I don't believe in homosexual. I don't have an issue with anybody that chooses to be homosexual, though. That's your choice. But I don't fuck off on that shit. And I don't think a person that say, hey, I believe in God and I'm a Christian. Well, how the hell you still praise the devil? How you praising things and doing things of devil worship? I just like when it comes to gang banging. I don't believe in the religion, but I believe in God. Why am I out here taking lives, causing pain? If I'm a guy that said he's believe in peace, believe in spreading love, why would I continue to want to be involved in a gang where I cause terror and harm amongst people, not people that look like me, not just because they black? Why would I want to cause harm and terror to anyone if I believe and preach the opposite to my kids and to myself? So, to me, a lot of people are choosing fame and status over their belief. Beliefs are going out the window. If you haven't noticed, we're in 2023. Beliefs are modified beliefs now. Could it be an opinion? Maybe so. Because I have an opinion about beliefs. So, but I just noticed a lot of things are modified now. The Christians are that of when I was coming up, they are modified into new Christians. You can be what you want to be and do what you want to be. You can still kill, harm, hurt, be transgender, be homosexual, and still say you love God. Modified Christians. That's what I call it.
of beliefs. Yeah, it's propaganda, and that helps no one. Your transgenders and people that's experiencing this dysphoria. Let me say this: 10 years from now, we're gonna have all kinds of evidence when it comes to this. I'm talking all kinds.
Don't matter, man. Don't matter. Google gonna cover all this shit up.
No, it's gonna be all
Google
kinds
is gonna cover all this up. FBI's gonna get involved. CIA, they ain't gonna let this come out.
No, it's already building up evidence. I seen all kinds of transgenders out there crying and boo-hooing.
That's facts.
TikTok.
That's fact. TikTok. This is why they want to cancel TikTok. Believe it or not, TikTok is exposing so much dirt in the world. I don't know why TikTok is the place that has it when all social media platforms are doing it, but I don't know why TikTok is the most active platform for exposing truth. This is why they want to cancel TikTok. TikTok is a danger to the plans and the propaganda that America and countries worldwide spew. TikTok is the enemy to them. TikTok have given so much gain, whether it's about everyday life or exposing truth, so I find that TikTok is being canceled for a particular reason. I don't know why, he said you can create so much content at a higher rate, that hard to, because I always wonder. Hold on, y'all. We got the baby situated. I always wonder why TikTok was so popular, because you can create shorts on any platform. Okay.
I mean, I totally get it. I mean, it's a free country. A lot of people are not going to agree with you, but hey, I do believe in freedom, I never understand why you're going to chop your mushroom tip off.
You can still play woman with your tip.
Yeah, I know. You could be woman 2.0 at that point,
Yeah.
You'd be better than women. Got you some pussy? And a mushroom tip.
I don't see why you would cut that off, because you already got a naturally made man pussy, right? And you got your mushroom tip.
Yeah. Both worlds. You got some man dissy and some man dick.
I'm grossing myself out. Because you're homophobic, that's right. It's a damn good show.
Damn good show, man.
Damn good show for
In the movie Knowing, the news reported a major oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
Tonight in the Gulf of Mexico, an explosion on the soon-to-be decommissioned oil rig triggered a fire which burned for 3 hours before it was extinguished. Officials don't yet know the exact cause of the explosion, but believe a malfunction in the cooling system may have been at fault.
Our last run into the rig has...
Due to the prompt response of the rescue unit, the structure was evacuated with no loss of life.
A year later, the Deepwater Horizon exploded. 6 months before 9/11, a lone gunman episode showed us the World Trade Center being targeted by a hijacked passenger plane.
Corner of Liberty and Washington, Lower Manhattan.
World Trade Center. We're going to crash the plane into the World Trade Center.
And last year's film, White Noise, was about a train wreck that poisons a small town in Ohio. This is the very same story now playing out in real life. Within a year of White Noise's release, the actual event occurs in real life, in Ohio, in Texas, and in Michigan. This is known as predictive programming, and its purpose is to psychologically trick the minds of the masses into accepting major traumatic events that would otherwise be resisted. In the book Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare, Michael Hoffman describes a mind control technique known as the revelation of the method. And he writes that when the revelation of the method is performed in a veiled manner, accompanied by certain occult signs and symbolic words, and elicits no meaningful response of opposition or resistance from the target, it is one of the most efficacious techniques of psychological warfare. Sarah Elkhaldy of the Alchemist YouTube channel does an excellent job of explaining all this. According to Elkhaldy, there is a law of nature in this universe that compels the dark occult to first gain our consent before trespassing against us, because they believe this protects them from the natural laws of cause and effect. They offered, and we accepted, so it's all fair. A lack of response to an action is often taken as an approval of that action. And there is an old Latin proverb that says, "He who is silent when he ought to have spoken and was able to is taken to agree." Silence is considered by many to be a form of consent. And so it is through a veiled performance of the revelation of the method technique that these dark occultists believe they are gaining our consent, what we know as predictive programming. With predictive programming, the minds of the masses are impregnated with visuals of a major event before it happens. This is done through all forms of media and can be very subtle so that nobody notices. But the subconscious mind notices everything and can easily be programmed through repetition. And so these controllers repeat whatever it is that they want us to accept as reality. Because these images are delivered to us through entertainment, they elicit no meaningful response of opposition or resistance, and so we accept them subconsciously. And when the event happens in real life, it is already familiar and acceptable to us, as if that's just the way it is. It's a mind trick, and it works by keeping everyone locked in a spectator state. This causes what is known as paradigm blindness, which is when a person is incapable of seeing any reality other than what they've already been exposed to by the media. This paradigm blindness will cause a person to get emotionally triggered whenever confronted with an alternative point of view that they have not been programmed to accept. It's a very powerful mind trick, and the solution is quite simple. We need to stop living as spectators of someone else's reality. We need to start creating our own reality. And we need to remember how to say no, because they offer it to us and we accept it.
This is a plan that was agreed to by 179 nations. It's called the Agenda for the 21st Century. It's a totalitarian state being developed right now all over the world. It is the inventory and control plan. Inventory and control of all land, all water, all minerals, all plants, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all food, all energy, all information, and all human beings in the world. And this is a plan that was agreed to by 179 nations back in 1992. It's a United Nations plan. It's called the Agenda for the 21st Century. And so many of us around the world think that, well, sustainable development, it just sounds so great. Isn't it about recycling and creative reuse and creating energy and food resources for everyone? And the answer is no, it really is not. It's about moving populations into city centers, concentrated city centers, and clearing them out of the rural areas. All systems have to be brought into harmony in order to control them all. Because when systems don't meet, when they're out of balance or not in sync with one another, they can't be controlled centrally. And the goal of Agenda 21 is one world government and total control from a central unit. Every nation that signed on to Agenda 21 has its local Agenda 21 plan. People in the United States are completely unaware of this. If I go out and talk about this, the United States press will attacks me and calls me, which is totally ridiculous. It is but it's not a theory. It's a fact. The three pillars of United Nations Agenda 21 are economy, ecology, and equity, the 3 E's. And everyone sort of thinks that they know what that means, the idea of social equity. It must mean that, well, everyone's going to have access to clean water and clean air, and no one's property is going to be used as a dumping ground because they are at a poverty level. But really what social equity is about impoverishing huge portions of the population and bringing down the developed nations. Everything that we're looking at now is destined to collapse our economies. It's a totalitarian state being developed right now all over the world. And what major corporations want in this development is to be able to have full movement of workers without borders or boundaries, to be able to move their goods through without regulations, and to reduce wages. And so this is the goal. So this is what you find with social equity. And of course, economy and ecology is about, these are the 3 circles: economy, ecology, and social equity. And where they meet in the center is balance. But really that balance is a communitarian balance. So it's not balance of well-being of the people. What it is it's a balance for corporations so that they can exploit and control and have populations in an area, in tightly packed, dense areas, so that they can be surveilled and managed. And this is what that balance looks like as far as the development of a totalitarian state is. The mainstream media is owned by 5 major corporations, and you're not going to get this information from the mainstream press. So you need to be your own press. You need to educate yourself. You need to get out there and educate your neighbors, your community, your real community. You need to help your children understand that they're being indoctrinated from pre-kindergarten to postgraduate school. All of us have a responsibility to ourselves and to others. This is true community, to work for personal freedom. And always remember that even though we work as a group, if we do work as a group, we're all individuals in those groups, and we answer only to ourselves. And this is essential. It's essential as free human beings. This is what we are. We are free, and we need to continue to be free. And I do believe that we will win, but we have to become aware that there is a fight, and then make our friends and our neighbors and our community aware as well, and work together.
Yo, I hope y'all paid attention to that. For real. Hey, another thing, what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna try. I like y'all can keep it up, keep commenting, because I'm recording these and they can get to see y'all comments. You feel me? So they might comment, you know, somebody might see y'all comment, then they might respond to it in the comment section of the video. Cause I'm gonna put this on my channel, my YouTube channel. So y'all keep commenting, but I try not to talk now doing the videos. I did it during the first video, but I try not to talk, but y'all keep coming. Is that just like China? And that's facts. Look how close everything, everyone lives in China. People die from working too hard. But see, they don't talk about that though. Because China gonna be the death of all of us. You listen, all right, okay. Keep playing. China is about to own, they already own the United States. We've been in debt to China for how many years? Since you was a baby. Since you was a baby. I was a baby. I was a kid hearing about how we owe China all this money. You know, I was a kid hearing that. And till this day, I'm a grown man still hearing how we owe China, and China, we got to pay that dude. We got to pay them debt, but debt can't be paid. So what is the debt though? Who is the debt? We are the debt, the people. So the debt will be paid with people, not money. Understand that. It's a reason that China is over here setting up shop and all that stuff. All right, let's go to our next video. So once again, y'all, when I play these videos, I might not comment. I'm just chilling, learning like y'all learning, you know, and I'm just paying attention. Exactly. Like I said, but look at how we do everything based off what they do. Everything that they set up, we follow suit. Because I think, to be honest though, I think majority of things that we have done in the last, since I've been born, I think we have the most freedom out of all countries, but I think that's a mistake that they made, and they trying to correct it. I think they're trying to correct that mistake. We have the most freedom out of any country. And to them, that's not a good thing. And listen, some of the things that we get away with, bro, it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. We walk across the street. Something might happen in some state, but majority of the states, you walk across the street, ain't nothing gonna happen. You go to these other countries, bro, you're getting fined on the spot. The money already taken out of your account. You already paid for it. They have access. You don't have any control. You don't have any free will. But I just think, the way things are shaping up, all this false war that they portraying, this false propaganda. You heard what the video just said. And see, a lot of times that's what we see. Why do we see things being called out in cartoons and movies, and then a couple years later they actually happen in real life? That's predictive programming. You heard what he said? But a lot of people don't want to believe it, though. A lot of people don't want to believe in predictive programming. It's a reason that these cartoons know the future. It's not like they know the future. They know it because they are doing it. They are in control of it. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yes, sir. Now, today, we're going to break down Super Bowl 57, as a lot of us seen on Super Bowl Sunday, right? So let's just get right into it, right? With Super Bowl 57 being played on February 12th, 2023, which equates to 57 date numerology. Now, as we all know, it's always played on a Sunday. Now that Sunday, right, that game occurred in the city of Glendale, when Sunday equals 33 and Glendale equals 33. Not to mention that they played this game on a 33rd parallel. Now, if you don't understand what you're looking at, this is the practice of gematria, turning letters into their numerical value. So when you start turning these letters into their corresponding numerical value, you can see through the script. Shout out to see through the script. Well, come on. Now, the kickoff time for the game was 4:30 on the 43rd day of the year, when football equals 43. Now, you might be asking, Kinfolk, why does A equal 8? It's because if you pay attention to the name of the cipher, it's telling you what to do to the English language in order to get this value. So now you will put the English language in reverse. So A is 26. Now you're going to reduce, right? Reduction. You're going to reduce the letters with double digits to single digits. So now that 26 is going to turn into an 8. That's how you get A equals 8. So it's interesting that on the 43rd day of the year is when this football game took place at 4:30. So now we understand why Rihanna was the one that performed at the halftime show. So now, since we on the topic of Rihanna, let's dive in on her performance and what was she really symbolizing? Because if we seen those commercials when they was hyping her up, and if you actually paid attention to the necklace that she was wearing, right around her neck, she was actually wearing 2 of them. Now, her necklace symbolizes the Knights Templar. That's what her whole performance was a tribute of, was the Knights Templar. Now, for those of you who might not understand who the Knights of Templar are, right, the full name, the United Religious, Military, and Masonic Orders of the Temple and of St. John of Jerusalem. Palestine, Rhodes, and Malta is a Luciferian fraternal order affiliated with Freemasonry. Now, just to give y'all an idea of how high it is on the structure of Freemasonry, as you can see on the York Rite side, we can see all the way at the top, we have the Order of Knights Templar, right on the same spot as the Scottish Rite 33rd degree Sovereign Grand Inspector General. So we can see that the Knights of Templar is the highest. It's at the highest degree of the York Rite Freemasons. So once again, this was a tribute to the Masonic order. You have to pay attention to what these people are doing, right? Well, come on. Right, when she was performing, that's why it was in that cross. That was the Knights of Templar cross, right? And this is why she had that all red on. She had the all red on. She was placed above everybody else, and everybody else was in white, while she was the high priest. She was the high priest of the priestess, and everybody else was in white, showing you the same structure of Freemasonry, them same steps, the same steps, as she was the highest one, showing you that she is now at the highest degree of Freemasonry. That's what she was showing you in this performance right here. And this is why she wore that red and that white. This is why she wore that. Everything these people do is symbolic, right? You might remember from playing the game Assassin's Creed, where you had to take down the Knights of Templar, right? These things have been in our video games. These things have been symbolic, right? Just for a side note, Nelson Mandela is showing you how high up the pyramid he is, right? He's working his way up to be the Order of Knights Templar. But at the time that this picture is taken, we can see that he's at the Order of Knights of Malta. In other words, the 32nd degree. So he's on his way up there. If he's not there, is he alive? Is he alive or is he gone? Damn, I didn't had the Nelson Mandela effect. Yeah, he gone. Matter of fact, yeah, he gone. But at the time, he was at the 32nd degree at the least, right? But come on, right? She even at one point she even puts on the robe to show her status, right? That red robe, you know, the same thing as Eyes Wide Shut, where that one person is in all red, the one that's conducting the ceremony, and everybody else is in a different color. In this situation, everybody else is wearing.
Wow, when he said ceremony, I thought about the MC, you know, and we spoke about this not too long ago. MC stand for Mastery of Ceremony. An artist is an MC, a person that gives ceremonies.
And black. But we seen it was the same thing. It was the same exact thing. She's the only one in red. Everybody else is wearing white. But they're wearing white to symbolize the Knights of Templar, because that's their same colors, red and white. Right? We seen this theme going on with the Grammys as well. With everybody wearing all red, right? Sam Smith wore that all red with his transgender companion, you know, that they collaborated together with that song Unholy. A gay man and a transgender man collaborate to make a song called Unholy, and they win a Grammy for it. So they just showing you that this is the type of stuff that you have to do, right? Lizzo with the red, she got her hair curled up, look like the number 6,
crazy,
right in the middle of her head.
That's crazy.
But we see they was doing the same thing with the Grammys. You got this wasn't a part of the Grammy. This was something else that Doja Cat looked like a bowl of the Captain Crunch red berries. If you took all the red berries out, she looked like a bowl of the Crunch berries. Right? But we seen that this theme, though, with the all red, we seen this been going on. So what else have they been symbolizing? Even the State Farm Stadium that this game was played in was going off of the same theme of that red. Right? And then the red team ends up winning. This is the same little theme.
Damn, dog.
Right? That team, that red, that white.
Let's just say you don't believe in stuff like this. But what are the coincidences, though? God damn. What are the coincidences? You might not believe in it, but why all this shit is lined up like this?
And that yellow, right? Because if we look in the news that surround it, we think about the China spy balloon. When China's flag colors are red and yellow as well, the same colors of the Kansas City Chiefs. So they're doing it again.
If you don't see a coincidence, that means your brain don't work like our brain. Our brain work on a different frequency. You don't see a coincidence with the same attire for the Grammys and the Super Bowl. You don't see no coincidence. Then that means our brains operate on a different level.
Again, they're doing it again. And see, this is why Rihanna, so it's a double entendre. So this is why she wore that red and that white once again. To let you know, this was the pattern. They did the same thing last year. They did the same thing last year when Snoop Dogg performed at the halftime show last year. And he wore the blue and yellow. And then what happened? The Rams won. The team with the blue and yellow. Then what happened right after that? Right after that game, Ukraine got attacked when the Ukraine flag was blue and yellow. Then what happened in the NBA Finals? The Warriors won. The team with blue and yellow. They doing it again. Blue and red. Duality. First it was blue, now it's red. So, man, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, just a few little symbolisms that I caught on to. You know, just a weird way, you know, holding that microphone.
I seen that live when it happened. I was like, oh, shit, I know that going to be on YouTube right there. When she did that right there, I said, oh, shit.
You know, but she got to show her allegiance. Right? Not only did she show you that she's aligned with the Knights of Templar, but then here she goes, you know, giving you that pyramid, right? That good old pyramid. Letting you know how she got in position, how she's even here in front of you in the first place. You know, she giving you the same pyramid that Damar Hamlin gave you with the 666 hand sign. She gave you the same thing. So now since we on the topic of Damar Hamlin, let's talk about it then. Right? Because we seen that jacket that he showed up to the game wearing. This mockery. You see what he wore on his jacket? Man, this is self-explanatory. This is what he comes to the game wearing. After going...
Look how... that show you how gullible people are, dog. This dude got all them donations, all them prayers and praises, and this is what he do to y'all. People out there, man, we hope, we pray, man, we praying, we crying, we sad. Everybody screaming for Damar Hamlin. He came right back and threw it in their face.
Through something so
this shit
tragic,
is crazy,
right?
bro.
After going through something so tragic, this is what you return to the game, and this is what you do.
Crazy,
but come on, man. Let's dive in on that, man. because there's some things that people have been noticing about this person that they've been bringing around.
I seen that
right?
on
Because
Facebook
we
right
didn't
there.
see Damar Hamlin before
Without the P.
this happened. Now he has a tattoo of the letter P on his neck, on his left side. But people have been noticing this picture right here was taken 3 days ago on Damar Hamlin's Instagram. He put this on his Instagram 3 days ago, where the P on his neck is evident. But it's something going on because on Super Bowl Sunday, that tattoo was non-existent. Where's the P?
Once again, you might say you don't believe in shit like this, but how do you explain this? You can't. Not to a person who's actually using their brain and not using the media to think for them. You can't. You can't explain to me why his P is missing on his neck. You can't. Not to somebody like me. You might trick my daddy, my daddy's daddy. You might trick my mother's mothers, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, but you can't trick me. What the fuck?
Hold on. Where's the P? What? So he went through cardiac arrest. He went on the red carpet 2 or 3 days ago, and let me guess, the thing that he's worried about the most, instead of like learning how to talk and learning how to write and read again, after you go through a cardiac arrest, I don't think people understand how detrimental cardiac arrests are. But yeah, that's the first thing I'm worried about is getting my tattoo lasered off. Where is the P? Where is it? So it's something they got going on, man. It's something going on, man. It's something they not telling, man. Where's the P? But come on, man. Let me show you the mockery. Do you know who this woman is? This is Kinfolk, the co-owner of the Buffalo Bills. The co-owner for the team that this man is on. Now, do you know that the co-owner also had a cardiac arrest back in June? And she's still in recovery and improving 8 months after going into cardiac arrest. She had cardiac arrest 8 months ago. Damar Hamlin just had one last month. He dancing, bobbing around, having fun. But it say the co-owner of the same team that he played for. But she's still in recovery. It say Jessica Paglia wrote in the Players Tribune that her mom went into cardiac arrest at the family home, that her sister had to perform CPR just to keep her alive. Does that not sound like the same situation? So you should be going through the same thing, correct? They say Kim Paglia has made progress, but is still dealing with substantial health concerns. Today, my mom is still in recovery, and although it is the same answer every time someone asks me, it is true. She is improving every day. She's dealing with significant expressive aphasia and significant memory issues. She can read, write, and understand pretty well, but she has trouble finding the words to respond. It is hard to deal with, and it takes a lot of patience to communicate with her. But I thank God every day that we can still communicate with her at all. The doctors continue to be blown away by her recovery, considering where she started. And her determination is the driving force of that. 8 months ago. But you got this knucklehead ass nigga right here. Last month, And he all at the Super Bowl dancing around, having a good time? No.
With Dr. Peter.
Oh, man. No. No, man. Something going on that this ain't the end of the story. No, it's something they hiding. No, it's something going on. It's something going on. Just cause you rolled that nigga out. No, I'm not done investigating yet. No, I still got questions. Just cause you rolled somebody in, we don't know who is. Come on now. Just cause you rolled somebody in on camera and had them say some words, you think I'm just finna let go? Nah, hell no. Something going on. But come on, man. He all at the game, throwing up the 666 with LeBron, having a good old time. But come on, man. Let's get to these commercials, man. Let's get to some of these commercials, because it's some subliminal messages in these little commercials as well. Right, you can see my man in the Garden of Eden. She take the bite.
I might have taken a small bite.
You know, they doing the same thing that he came to the game doing. The same mockery with him wearing that type of jacket. The same type of mockery. And then they putting it in the commercials as well.
Eve, what's going on? I might have taken a small bite. Adam, I'm naked. Oh.
Right? Now they got the I don't know about this one, man. Am I being too strict? But they got these kids right here getting married. They got these babies, you know, the E-Trade commercials where they got the grown-ups acting like these is babies right here. They got the babies getting married, but listen to them right here.
Here's to getting financially ready for anything. And here's to being single and ready to mingle. Who's ready to cha-cha?
Single and ready to mingle. I don't know how, I don't feel, they shouldn't have did that one. They could have had the babies tell any kind of joke. I don't like that. Knowing how these folks play around, though, that's why I'm on edge every time I see kids on camera. Because I know how these folks act. I know what these folks is doing behind closed doors. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like that. I don't like that. They should have did something else. They should have did something else. But come on. Right now they got this Doritos commercial, right? Where this girl got the Masonic checkerboard on. But this whole commercial, right? It's with what's his name? Jack Harlow, right? So they going off of the Dorito. Once again, double entendres, double meanings. So the triangle. So the whole commercial is about the triangle, the pyramids, right? So he performing inside the pyramid. Everybody, they worshiping the pyramid, the triangle now. Once again, you see the duality once again with the black and white. But listen to this right here. Right, like I said, the triangle. Everything is, the whole commercial is all about the triangle, for some odd reason. But listen to what they say.
The triangle has replaced the British pound.
Jack Harlow did it again.
Ting, ting, ting. The triangle has replaced the British pound. So how I perceive that right there is we know what the pyramid really is. We know what they really symbolizing with this pyramid. So the fact that they sat here and said that the pyramid is replacing the British pound is they're telling you that when a new world order comes and when it's put in place, it's going to replace those countries' currencies. You see, they just told you that it replaced the British pound. That's what they sitting there saying. That's what they sitting there saying.
The triangle has replaced the British pound.
And you see the screen, you see on the screen, you see nothing but the pyramid. You see nothing but the pyramid. And that's what it's gonna do. One world currency, one world government, one world religion. Slowly but surely, we making our way to that. So now let's talk about the Michael Jordan commercial that came on. Because they got a movie coming out called Air that comes out on April 5th. in the year 23, when we know that the number 45 and the number 23 is both of Michael Jordan's numbers that he wore in his career. But also, if you take the word Air Jordan, we happen to get 45 just like MJ's initials. MJ equals 23. So even when we take the gematria surrounding him, we get the numbers that he wore. And this is the day that this movie happens to come out. In the year 23. Right? All of a sudden, he's getting a movie. But the weird thing, they never showed in this movie, they never showed Michael Jordan. Once again, they never showed the actor that's going to play Michael Jordan. They showed everybody else. They showed Michael Jordan mama, which is Viola Davis. You know, the one that just won the EGOT. She's the first person to win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. She's one of 18 celebrities. One of 18. And now they got her in this movie. So, come on, man. We've been talking about it all year already. Something cooking up with Michael Jordan. Right? Even the movie itself, right? The movie comes after MJ's birthday this year. So if we take April 5th, 2023, the day that this movie comes out, it comes out 45 weeks before his next birthday. Right? 45 weeks on 4/5 when we know that 45 was one of Michael Jordan's numbers. Right? It also comes 318 days before his next birthday. When his birthday is on a day leave with 318 days remaining. So we know that the day that they drop these movies are very strategic. They're not doing it for no reason. They are lining it up with these people. Right? Now, if we take his birthday this year, right? This movie comes out on Michael Jordan's 48th day of his age. Just like his birthday is on the 48th day of the year. So we know that they doing this stuff very strategic. But why? Why all of a sudden now? I think it's something deeper, man. But come on. Now these Pepsi commercials, right? Now it was something interesting about these Pepsi commercials and the fashion that they played them. Now I want you to listen.
Stay away from my wife. Acting is the art of making you believe what you're seeing is real. Will you? The pain is real.
Thank you.
The friendship is real. The real is real. But it's not real. It's acting. Wow, that's like really good. Or was I just acting? Only way to know is to try it for yourself.
Now, when this happened to play, for those of y'all that watched the Super Bowl live, when they told you about it's all the way that we convince you that these things are real, after this commercial, the football game came back on. So it was almost like a subliminal of them telling you how fake,
that's
how scripted
good.
These NFL games are.
If you watch the Super Bowl, you know it was a fucking scripted show. I keep saying it. Now, I don't know when did y'all notice it. It was fake. You know, the actual Super Bowl this year. What caught me was it was 14-7 going into it was the second quarter. I think they was getting ready to go into halftime. The Eagles was maybe at the 25, 30, somewhere up in there. And Jalen Hunt was about to run out the backfield. And as he goes to run, they showed him pushing the ball out of his hand. He had the ball. Nobody is around him. And if you look at the replay that they showed he haven't even made contact with the defender yet. He already had started to push the ball out of his hand. He did it, not the defender. He pushes the ball out of his hand. I said, yeah, get the fuck out of here. He pushed the ball out of his hand. The defender picked the ball up and ran it back and tied the game up 14-14. When that happened right there, I said, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm done. I seen it. And what confirmed my suspicions, even though I knew I seen what I seen, they only showed one replay. If you watch football, basketball, when something major happened, you get at least 3, maybe 4 replays, but you definitely gonna get them describing what's going on in the replay. They did none of that. They showed the one replay. They see that we see what we see. Guess what? No more replays. We didn't have a touchdown had one replay. Unless there was some shit on there you didn't supposed to see.
Because right after this commercial, the game came back on. Look, it says real or acting. So it's almost like they tried to give you a hidden gem without telling you too much. And then we didn't see all the NFL script memes, and it's a wide known thing now. The NFL script writers after the game. Now we see all these things alluding to the NFL having a script now. We see all these little inside jokes now. But see, what they're doing, they're playing reverse psychology with you. Because if you tell a joke so many times, the seriousness goes out the window.
Predictive programming. If I keep showing it to you over and over and over and over, sooner or later you're gonna assume that it's either real or it's fake. Guess what? It really don't matter because I done seen it so many times in these movies and these TV shows. Predictive programming.
The more times that you hear the joke, and that's the best way to hide the truth is in a joke. Because you just taking it as a joke the whole time. That person was being serious. That's why passive aggressive people, they like to tell you the truth using jokes. But come on.
You know what? Let me take a detour right quick. Let's take a detour. Let's go to the game. Let me see, can I show you? What? Yeah, okay. Check this out.
Hurts on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Hurts on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go.
See, why that motherfucker skipping like that?
Hurts on a.
See, look at that. The video is actually freezing. Not the internet. Let me see, can I slow this shit down? They got the volume. Hold on, come on. Did you see that? See, they not sure. Did you see it? Did you see it? Look closely. Watch this. You see that? He pushes the ball down. Please tell me y'all seeing that. Look at it real close. Boom, boom. He haven't made contact yet. Haven't made contact. Why? Look, you see his right hand? He pushes the ball down. He pushes it down, bruh. Look at his right hand. Right there. He pushed the ball down. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. You ain't fucking playing with me, man. Come on, bruh. We ain't going for that, man. We ain't going for that dumb shit. No contact. You see, no contact between the defender and the ball carrier. And he pushes the ball down in his right hand. And it's a GG from there. Tied the game up 14-14. Bro, You can say what you want to say. He pushed that ball out. Bro. He pushed that ball out, dog.
I think you're going to like your new nose, Miss Hastings.
As an actor, it's my job to make you believe that what you're seeing is real.
Hey!
That the frustration is real. Oh, the disappointment is real.
Winner! Eat it, Kyle.
That the joy.
If you want to keep it a buck, if you want to keep it a buck, go look at the flags that they call. Go look at the flags that they didn't call.
Is real, but it's just acting.
Wow!
And they played this several times. Or excuse me, they played this type of commercial. They played it twice, and both times, right after the commercial, the game came back on, and you see what he said. He said the emotions are real because you feeling real emotions off of the script. You feeling real emotions. You getting angry. You getting sad. You see people on Instagram when these games is happening, they destroying their TVs because they mad they team then lost. It's real emotions that's being derived from this stuff. But the whole time they just playing their script. They just playing their role. The whole time. But come on. Right? The script. Right? We seen a picture maybe like a week prior to this game happening. And it seems as if a picture had came out with the Kansas City Chiefs scoring 34 and the Eagles scoring 37. And, you know, thousands of people seen this picture. So it's very interesting how the score actually ended up being very close to that, with 35 and 38, with just the other team winning. This is a prime example of flipping the script. This is exactly what they did. Way too many people seen this picture. You really thought they was gonna make you really thought after thousands, hundreds of thousands of people seen this picture, and you thought they was just gonna keep the score like that? Man, come on, man. After all the talks of the NFL being scripted, you think they was just gonna blatantly put it, you thought they was just gonna do it that much? That would have woke up the regular person. That would have woke up the sheep. But yeah, this is a prime example of flipping the script. That's exactly what they did. But you notice that the winning team ended up scoring 38 points. Continuing a ritual that we seen a couple days, right? 5 days prior, with LeBron James at 38 years old scoring 38 points on the 38th day of the year to get 38,388, right? Breaking a 38-year and 308-day record on April 5th, 1984. Pay attention that April 5th, right? That's the same day that this movie about Michael Jordan is coming out. But more importantly, with that number 38, right? Because LeBron was born 38 weeks after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar set the record in the first place. He also broke that record on on Air Jordan's 38th year and 83rd day of being introduced. It was also introduced on Omega Sci-Fi's birthday, which he is an Omega Sci-Fi member. So this 38 thing, and then if we remember, Giannis goes for 38, right? A couple days after LeBron beat this record, Giannis goes for 38 to get the Bucks' 38th win of the season, and he wears the number 34, just like murder equals 34 and 38. So something is cooking up in the NBA, and the Chiefs did nothing but continue this 38 ritual. And they continued it with the number 38. So something is definitely cooking up, man. But with that being said, man, that's all we got for this video. I appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.
Hey, shit is crazy, man. Like I said, I know some people probably be skeptical of stuff like this, but man, you can't tell me when shit, like you said earlier, Brody, when shit be aligned in down the middle, and you can look for yourself and say something ain't right. Man, come on, dog. Who you fooling? Who you fooling? Another thing too, y'all. Hey, keep commenting. I like that, man. But when y'all, if y'all talking to me, I try not to talk unless I have to over the video, because you know I don't be want to interrupt them no more. I just start letting the videos play out, and we give our opinion at the end of it. But also, that's what I be doing. Like, if y'all be wondering why I don't be responding back while the video going, ain't that I'm ignoring you, nothing like that. All right, now let's look at this right quick. Let me go to this one.
Joe Biden's presidency has always been a train wreck, but now have his decisions literally caused one? Hello there, you 6 million awakening wonders. Thanks for joining me on this voyage towards truth and freedom, where we question mainstream narratives, where we present you with alternative facts, where we engage in a discourse with you as equals on a journey together to discover truth. Could this Ohio train wreck be another opportunity for us to demonstrate how ineptitude, profiteering, broken promises by the Biden administration have led to more suffering and an environmental disaster that some are saying is the next Chernobyl? Let's have a look at how the mainstream media are conveying this.
Tonight, outrage growing, less than 2 weeks after that massive train derailment and the controlled burn of hazardous chemicals sent up a toxic plume of black smoke in East Palestine, Ohio.
2 weeks? Do you think they kept it out of the news in some sort of way? Has there been anything weird floating around distracting us?
Residents demanding answers, complaining of burning eyes, nausea, headaches, and a pungent odor, and reporting dead animals. Officials confirming 3,500 fish killed by the chemicals. State officials now suggest drinking bottled water after telling evacuated residents it was safe to return home.
It's safe to return home. Don't drink the water and don't look at those fish.
Crews now work to remove soil and wreckage possibly contaminated by chemicals like vinyl chloride, suspected of causing cancer.
So it's not all bad news.
Again today, officials saying constant tests and monitoring of the air and water show the environment is safe.
I don't feel totally reassured.
Wow.
Do you? Don't know whether it's the cancer or the dead fish, but something tells me this water isn't A-okay. Oh, it tastes a bit dead fishy and cancery. Shut up, you conspiracy theorist. Local community members and activists across the country have sounded the alarms regarding the impact the incident could have on public health and environment. Many have pointed to reports of animals dying en masse as evidence. I don't know, maybe these animals all just decided to take their own lives because of Putin. Yet, despite the public outcry over the environmental and public health catastrophe, the actions of Ohio authorities reflect an attitude of concealment. That doesn't seem like state authorities. Many concerns of East Palestine residents, as well as those of the rest of the nation, stem from the fact that the derailed train had 20 cars carrying hazardous materials. Oh, you think because there's 20 carriages of hazardous materials that could cause an environmental disaster and carcinogenic materials and 3,500 dead fish in the water? Those carriages full of carcinogenic materials were a present for your birthday and you have spoiled it. You're a
No bullshit. That's some corny ass shit. But he giving facts and giving game, and it might come from people that you feel like it's corny. Cause right there, that was some corny ass shit, dog. If he wasn't talking about no real shit, bro, I would ban this nigga, bro. God damn, that shit was so corny, bro. But he giving real game, and that's what I fuck with Russell Brand. You know, a lot of people called him crazy early on when he started to come on this side, and you know, he just tried to make it light. Because he understand, like we understand, everybody can't take the truth full force. That's why you see what I'm doing now. I'm trying to find a way to be creative and bring the knowledge. So I do some funny shit like this face avatar, you know, or some spooky shit. People might feel like, oh, but it'll attract them. And when they come over and listen for a second, they might hear some real shit. So, you know, I'm just trying to find different ways to be creative and give out the game. And that's what he doing. But that shit corny to me, I ain't gonna lie. But he's speaking real shit. These people act like we stupid. What else you think caused the hazardness? You think the weather just turned bad for no reason? Even though we understand that y'all have the power to do that. But of course it would be the fucking train with hazardous material on it that spill off into the community. Of course, that would be the issue. They acting like we stupid. And come to find out, that river feed 5 states. So it's not just that state that has an issue. That river that the material flowed wasted into, it's a river that goes to 5 other states. So it's like we didn't hear about none of that until 2 weeks after. I had some guys in the chat that said, I live in Cleveland and I haven't heard nothing about that, because they had us so focused on, hey, China putting something in our air. Coming to find out, China said, we ain't doing shit. Why you blame that on us? So it's a lot of stuff going on we have no idea about, because we are being so distracted about everything that's going on within our world. But I just had to let y'all know, I thought that was some corny shit by Russell Brand.
Father, who actually seems a bit unwell at the moment. Don't know what's causing it. The government seems to have outsourced the response and clean-up to Norfolk Southern, the company responsible for the disaster. Okay, we're going to need somebody reliable to clean up the consequences of this disaster. I got an idea, sir. Go on. How about the very people that caused the disaster? What a ridiculous idea. That would be like entrusting the response to the pandemic to the very people who caused the pandemic. And there's no way that happened. Whose policy is frustrated and confused locals. I'm feeling frustrated and confused and nauseous. Those are actually some of the symptoms. How are your eyes? Itchy! Okay, get this guy to the hospital. End of interview. Cut! That includes the company's decision to do a controlled burning. Controlled burning? That's what I would have done when I was about 14.
Thanks. Controlled burning.
See what happens. No. This is not good that we have spilled all these chemicals onto this beautiful country and into these rivers. What shall we do? I don't know. What if we set fire to it? It's making it worse. Controlled burning to release the chemicals, leading to a black plume of smoke. Yeah, that is what happens. Continuously belching carcinogens into the air, whose effects, one hazardous materials expert warned, may take years or even decades to be felt.
Think about that. You release, something that is inflammatory spilled. It also contaminates the air and water, and you burn it. What do you think happened after you burn it? Does it spread? Or is it a controlled burn? At the end of the day, listen, y'all. It's amazing that a lot of us don't think. This is the same way I felt about the mask. You telling me you want me to wear this mask. I hear you. But explain to me how this mask protect me from something that is airborne. Explain. You can't, because I'm not stupid. You tell me to wear something that's not going to protect me, so it just thought I'm better off not wearing it. I saved $5 from buying the mask. And I saved an issue with congested breathing, because that mask is interrupting my breathing, my breathing techniques. So it's like, you want me to be smart and stupid. You tell us that we need to think, but then when we actually think, that's an issue, because the public running around here believing whatever the media tell them. Now this person looking at me like, where's your mask? Man, that's some bullshit. You feel me? Fights breaking out. Controversy, riots breaking out. Disagreement. People having arguments because this individual feel like, hey man, I ain't finna put on that mask. This individual feel like, you the reason that we all sick. No, what the fuck is you saying? The government is the reason we sick. They the one who made this shit. I didn't make it. You think that mask gonna save you? Come on, bruh. Exactly. You're not getting in clean air. You're suffocating in a small dose of suffocation, and you're, I don't know if I'm gonna say that word right, resuscitating or something. You're basically breathing in the same air. You're not getting in the fresh air because the mask is blocking it. So the mask doesn't help you at all. But this is what the world don't use their brain. We allow people to tell us how to think. So back to the story, something is inflammatory and it affects the air, the water, and everything around, and you do a controlled burn and send it to the fucking sky, what do you think that do? That spreads the contamination. But you have these people that made the mess cleaning the mess.
That's weird, isn't it? You can do something now, and it could be like 10 years till you know the consequences. Can't think of any other news stories like that. 5 of the derailed cars contained vinyl chloride, a carcinogen linked to various forms of cancer. There's a lot of what ifs. Yeah, I feel that. What if this causes cancer? What if this is the result of ineptitude? What if we paid rail workers more? What if we replaced antiquated machinery? What if, instead of saying we care about the environment when you don't have to do anything except stuff that benefits corporations, when there's an actual environmental disaster caused by corporations, you do something about it? No. There's a lot of what ifs, and we're going to be looking at this thing 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, Silverado Caggiano, a hazardous materialist specialist, told News Nation. The same expert criticised as backwards the decision to encourage people to return to their homes after a limited evacuation of 1,500 to 2,000 local residents. That's going to be one of those stories that goes on for a while. People are going to be saying, like, they told us to go back to our homes. Now this person's got cancer. Watch out for this one. Not only did the Environmental Protection Agency later reveal that the train was transporting additional chemicals no one knew about that may have been released in the derailment, but those who returned soon found themselves walking into what looks, feels, smells and tastes like a contaminated zone. Just because something looks, feels, smells and tastes like a contaminated zone doesn't mean it's a contaminated zone. Who are you going to trust? Your own 5 senses or the government and corporations? That's all of the senses, other than sounds. And 6th sense, I see dead fishes. Following the February 3rd train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, users on social media began sharing photos of an ominous black cloud hanging over the town, and fears that the disaster would become the new Chernobyl, which resulted in the spread of radioactive contaminants in Ukraine and across Europe. The Chernobyl incident occurred after a series of safety measures during a nuclear reactor test were ignored, resulting in a huge explosion and fire that spread large amounts of radioactive chemicals. But what is the connection between safety measures and ignored safety measures in these two cases? And why has Joe Biden directly contributed to this problem through decisions made and promises broken? For unionised rail workers, the train derailment exposes systemic failures in a railroad system that is driven by profit, not safety. Have you seen that anywhere else, like the pharmaceutical industry, like current wars? Railroad Workers United writes, in the last 10 years, the Class 1 carriers, rail companies with the highest revenues, have dramatically increased both the length and tonnage of the average train while cutting back on maintenance and inspection, and we have a time bomb ticking. Just because we're cutting back on maintenance and inspection while simultaneously increasing the length and tonnage of trains, that's not a disaster waiting to happen. Let's make them bigger and heavier and stop checking them and looking at them and maintaining them. Boss, this problem in Ohio. What could have caused this thing? Putin! I'm on the internet right now. You're on the internet right now. But who else knows you are?
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
What's playing out now at big tech companies and social media sites sets a dangerous precedent. Have you ever wondered how free-to-access tech giants make their money? Have you? Have you wondered? Well, it's by tracking your searches, your video history, and everything you click on, then selling off your sensitive data. When you use ExpressVPN, you anonymize your online presence by hiding your IP address. That makes your activity more difficult to trace and sell. Whatever you're looking at, I'm not judging you. That's your business. If you want to look at that, it don't matter. Looking at our most private of places, our nooks, our crannies, our crevices. Oh no, you effing well didn't. Not now, we just ExpressVPN'd you right where it hurts. One revolutionary tool we can start with right now is stopping the Googles, the Facebooks, the Alphabets and the Sesame Streets from spying on our most...
Did Russell Brand just pull a Tubi on us? Did he just... We was in the video and he flipped to an ad? Okay, he'll go.
Intimate nooks. I bloody well won't have it, and neither should you. Click on the link below. Visit expressvpn.com/brand. And then you can be like me, fighting against injustice everywhere. Stay free. But surely there must be another political party that would do things differently. Surely the system works. A report by The Lever highlighted that in 2017, during Republican Donald Trump's presidency, Norfolk Southern lobbyists successfully rescinded regulations aimed at improving railroad safety regulations. Specifically, the company successfully beat back measures that would require train cars carrying hazardous, flammable materials to be equipped with electronic brakes, which can stop trains more effectively than conventional brakes, claiming that safety regulations would impose tremendous costs without providing offsetting safety benefits. Yeah, who needs trains to be able to stop suddenly, preventing 20 carriages full of chemicals spilling onto Ohio and disrupting the environment for 10, 20 years into the future? What a waste of money. But I bet when Biden came in, he did something to remedy that. The Biden administration has not moved to reinstate the brake rule or expand the kinds of trains subjected to tougher safety regulations. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg has now resorted to falsely suggesting that he does not have the power to compel the rail industry to upgrade its safety equipment and procedures. Are you getting a bit tired of government officials saying, like, oh, big pharma, we can't do anything about it. Oh, trains, we can't do anything about it. What are you then? What is it that you are doing? Buttigieg indicated that he cannot reinstate the law requiring some trains carrying hazardous materials to replace their Civil War era braking systems with new electronically controlled pneumatic ECP brake technology. You can't have Civil War technology transporting ultra hazardous chemicals. That don't even sound right, does it? You wouldn't send Civil War soldiers to fight in Ukraine, although maybe Biden will. In order to give more aid to Ukraine, we're sending General Custer and a bunch of those other guys in wacky grey uniforms over there to Ukraine. But it's still not a war. We're constrained by law on some areas of rail regulation, like the braking rule withdrawn by the Trump administration in 2018 because of a law passed by Congress in 2015, Buttigieg wrote. They're always doing that. Have you noticed that? They always just blame the other party. What's the goal of government? What's the aim of government? Isn't it to meaningfully provide municipal facilities that are a reflection of the requirements of the nation and states that you're elected to serve? Or is it to serve the interests of giant corporations and then just blame each other for why ordinary people and indeed Ohio are suffering? Let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. But
that's basically what it is. We are to serve the agenda of the big corporation, big tech. Just that simple. It's just that simple. All right. Let's go to
Oh, that's a fighting skill. He's going for the solar plexus.
The chest! Chest!
How that toxic masculinity feel? This video is brought to you by Black Forest Supplements, blackforestsupplements.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been taking this new supplement called Turkesterone, and it is invaluable that men like you and I need to. Chad himself, decided to go against, and I don't know if it seemed like a little reality show. And it seemed like these are people from Asia. I don't even know where they're at in Asia. It's just they ain't American. But they decided to have a little contest between men and women. Now, I don't know if it's staged or not, but, you know, this is clearly, in my opinion, is a clear depiction of the strength level between men and women. Now, everybody's up in arms about this video because it really goes outside of the stereotypical behavior that they want men to participate in America. This is like what real men do against women versus what they want us to believe here in the United States of America, where they're emasculating men on a day-to-day basis. So I want to play this clip because this dude, with no mercy, destroys this female bodybuilder. And the funny thing is that this is televised. This is a show. They would never do this in America. Roll the clip.
I'm strong enough to lift up and carry most men. I'll make him regret this.
He's out on a stroll.
What's he doing?
He got his hands in his pocket. She is a no factor.
With his hands in his pockets. Nice!
He's strong, though.
He's using his technique already.
Bruh.
Oh, she can't flip him over.
Now, check this out. Look at all these abs and leg muscle this woman has. And look at this man. He doesn't look like that man that's in the gym every day. If you feel me? Come on. We know how these dudes in the gym look. They will look like this woman look. But she has the physique of the niggas that in the gym every day, and she getting manhandled by Tim, who just left the supermarket with his wife.
You won't go over. Whoa! Whoa! Awesome!
What is this?
Hold on, something not right. Hold on. My shit shouldn't be doing it. Hold on. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna close some of these. We're gonna close. I'll come back. All right. Hold on. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. I need for ladies and men to understand. And it ain't even about skills. It's about genetics. You feel me? In most cases, dude, you have little skinny men that can manhandle women. But the world wants you to think, as he said, as Mr. Officer Tatum said, in America, they want you to think that women can overpower men and should be out here fighting men. Come on, dog.
About this video, because it really
This is why women shouldn't raise a hand to a man. Why? Why put yourself in a situation with somebody who doesn't need to be skillful, doesn't need to be bigger, just genetically wise? In most cases, a man will overpower a woman in most cases. So why would you put yourself in a dangerous position to be sexually assaulted? Why would you put yourself in a position to be physically attacked? Whether it's a verbal disagreement that turn abusive physically, you should never attempt to genetically have a disagreement physically with a man or put yourself in a situation where a man could attack you for no reason. And this goes back to, it's my body, my choice. You wearing things that are inappropriate around men that genetically can overpower you and take something from you. Come on, ladies. This is what I mean about we don't use our brain. The world and trick you, my body, my choice. You go out there with a mini skirt on around 30 men and then say, y'all better not look at me and you better not touch me. Every man ain't raised like myself and most of these guys in the chat. We don't take that from a woman. But there are some men out here that don't live by that code. And what you gonna do to overpower them demons, them thick individuals who represent men? They don't represent us, but they are men. What you can't, come on, man. This is why we have to be smarter when we have daughters. We have to tell our daughters, listen, baby girl, your body, your choice. But that man right there, you see that man right there, he weigh 100 pounds. And if he really wanted, he could take what you got. So try to present yourself in a way that you don't. I understand your body, your choice, but try not to agitate that sick individual right there. Because as we know, if I go out and take $1 million out the bank, I cannot walk down the street and say, hey, y'all, look at my $1 million. Ooh, don't take it. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. So let's be smarter.
Outside of the stereotypical behavior that they want men to participate in America, this is like what real
Blueface and Krishan Rock. Come on, bruh. If Blueface really wanted to, he'll knock that girl into next year. If he wanted to. But once again, predictor programming. It's all a show. It's all a show to elevate the minds of the masses. So you're going to have people like the poor I'm not saying the poor. You're going to have the civilians to look at these reality shows or these reality relationships and think, oh, okay, and follow suit. Take your ass to the private prison. That's all these people doing. It's building you up for private prison. because they have stocks and bonds invested into the private prison, the private institutions. So they go out here and create on these fake reality relationships, fake reality shows, and then the civilians follow suit and get their dumb ass locked up. Or civilians follow suit and end up with an abusive boyfriend or a girlfriend. Come on, man.
Men do against women versus what they want us to believe here in the United States of America, where they're emasculating men on a day-to-day basis. So I want to play this clip because this dude, with no mercy, destroys this female bodybuilder. And the funny thing is that this is televised. This is a show. They would never do this in America. Roll the clip.
I'm strong enough to lift up and carry most men. I'll make him regret this.
He's out on a stroll.
What's he doing?
He got his hands in his pocket. She is a no factor.
With his hands in his pockets. Nice!
He's strong, though.
He's using his technique already.
Whoa, she can't flip him over. He won't go over. Whoa! Whoa!
Awesome.
What is this?
He's laughing at her.
He flipped her. Technique. He can't fight back when he uses martial arts technique.
And just to reiterate what my guy Ghost said, you know, about the technique and the skill. He said size doesn't equate to skills, and he right about that. But I just want to reiterate that. Yeah, skills is a big deal when it comes to this stuff. That's just like chess, you know, not chess. Yeah, chess is skill, but arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is about technique and skill. So I agree, but I just want to hit it from the other angle. You're right, Ghost. I ain't saying like you was wrong and then like that, but I just want to hit it from the other angle. In reality, man, ain't gonna be no technique. You know what I'm saying? I know little skinny dudes out here, yeah, they doing that. They doing that physical altercation with them big women. Yeah, you feel me? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to hit at. But yeah, skills and stuff like this do matter. But in reality, in everyday life, it ain't gonna take no skill for that little skinny man to approach a woman that weigh more than him and have his way. That's why you have to protect yourself, ladies. Same for you fellas. Same for you fellas. Because you got bullies in men's on men's. Yeah.
On top, it's over.
You can't get up either?
No, she can't. If the knee's on your stomach, it's game over because you can't breathe. Oh, I see.
And this is right here. See, this is why I'm going to do these videos over, because I don't want to talk over them. So I'm going to do all these videos over and put them on YouTube because I don't want to talk over them. I want y'all to just watch it. But when y'all my homies, so I want to explain to you what's going on. If you notice, the world want to make this transgender thing a thing, right? Which is, it's a thing. It's not it's a thing. So you got men's going to be women's and women going to be men's. At the end of the day, the woman's still going to get overpowered. No matter she changed her appearance to that of a man, when she run into the genetics of a real man, no matter what she say, when it come down to battle and the art of war, the genetics of a man has the higher chances of winning that fight, that battle. Not saying that's 100% true, because you do have some stronger women in the world, but we're talking about reality. The average woman ain't stronger than a man. We're talking about reality. We're not talking about that 1% of women that go to the gym and she go to the gym. You see what happening to her. We're not talking about that 1% of women that it's in the bodybuilder competition and she can possibly whoop a nigga ass. No, we're talking about reality, because see, that's what we need to stay with, because we get distracted with the shows and shit. Oh, you see that woman whoop that man ass? That one woman? So you gonna follow, she gonna protect all you other women out here from these men that are vultures? Come on, dog. Let's come on, ladies. I got daughters, y'all got ladies. When your lady go to the grocery store, do you know she in danger? Come on, man. She in danger. Come on. Without laws, some of these vultures would be reckless. And with laws, you still seeing some of these men going to jail for what? You know? So let's keep it real. That's why men be so afraid for they little girls to step out into the real world, because we know where reality is. We don't care what you've been watching on TV. Oh, he shouldn't touch me. He shouldn't look at me like that. Why is he staring at me? Bitch, shut your motherfucking ass up. Because in reality, this man can come over here and take that shit you talking about. But where we want them sick individuals in jail, but all of them ain't in jail. Because guess what? The Jeff Einstein list has been available, and you don't see nobody else going to jail off that list, do it? Yeah, let's keep it real. So predators don't all go to jail. There's predators at your schools, at your church, at your job, in your classroom. So all predators ain't in jail. They're just waiting on you to slip up. That's why I say you have to protect yourself and carry yourself in a certain way to where you can warn off certain predators. Showing all your assets, all you doing is inviting predators. Going to the club and getting drunk, don't know where you at, and you ain't got on no clothes. That's on you. You causing an issue. You going to the club to get sloppy drunk, stumbling, and you got predators looking at you that genetically is stronger than you. Man, get the fuck out of here. You're going to be a dummy and listen to the internet? You're going to listen to the media and tell you, my body, my choice? Or are you going to listen to reality and evidence that says when you get sloppy drunk and you go into an environment you don't know, there's a chance that a man is watching you and ready to take advantage of you? Or some women that are watching you for somebody else or for themselves to take advantage of you. Pay attention. This shit ain't a game.
No, you're stuck like that.
He was half sitting on me, and I couldn't break free.
Look at this.
It wasn't even that heavy.
That man not even big like that.
Up.
Look at all them muscles in that woman, and she can't do nothing.
It's not fun.
Let me make an observation
Look
real
at
quick.
that. That's reality right there. Shut your fucking mouth and listen to your fathers. Listen to your uncles. Stop listening to these politicians that don't give a fuck about you, because they're going to set your dumb ass up to be assaulted. I wanted to use the other word. The people that you think care about you don't give a fuck about you because they telling you a false reality. Real reality, keep your hand to yourself and cover yourself as much as possible and still be sexy and classy. Learn that skill versus showing your assets and thinking, oh, I'm sexy now. Women don't even think they beautiful unless they ain't got on no clothes. You put them motherfuckers, tell them to cover up, they feel like they the ugliest woman in the world. Every woman, if you look on social media, she feel the most beautiful when she have on a bathing suit. Look at my stuff. Ooh, look at me, I'm popping. You tell her to put on some clothes, she feel like she don't have that same pop. This is reality. Shut your fucking mouth and listen to the men that actually care about you, because you're going to set yourself up to be something else. Then you ain't going to like that. You ain't going to like that.
This guy's a little dude. He ain't even like on the top of the spectrum of beast mode.
Facts.
He would a man that was as buff as she is would ragdoll this guy. But this is he would probably athletic, very talented. You know, I don't know if it's what kind of jiu-jitsu or whatever, but he seems to be very talented. He's skilled, but he's not that big. She's buff she's like at the top of the spectrum for women in strength and getting manhandled.
With that guy, his gaze felt threatening. Gave me
Bring your prey to hunt it. It's even scarier.
Go Chunyi.
These people done tuck your women. These people done tuck you out your natural habitat and made you appeal and you got a thirst to be the hunter of your house. You have a thirst to be the man of your house. But then when you get hit for talking that shit, or for putting your hands on your man after he done told you 1,000 times. See, I'm the type of man, I tell my lady, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Man, then I told your motherfucking ass, don't hit me no more. And then, you know what? My lady hold her mouth. Ooh, ain't no motherfucking, bitch, I told you stop hitting me last year. Fuck is you talking about? Ain't no gasping for air, motherfucker. Call the police, whoever. Because I told your motherfucking ass stop hitting me last year. See, some of you ladies are going through that. And then some of you ladies are going through you dealing with an abusive man. Put his ass in jail. But some of you ladies are causing issues where you're being reacted to and you don't like the reaction you're getting.
Oh, that's a fighting
Look at this.
Whoa, look
at this.
technique.
It ain't even close.
Sorry.
Don't cry.
He's going for the solar plexus.
The chest.
Don't chest shit. Get your ass somewhere where you can be a woman and you can thrive. Fuck is you doing out there battling with this nigga? It's not even the top of the, like this man, Officer Tatum said, this not even the top of the top of niggas that really put in that work. And, you know, but I'm just saying though, not trying to disrespect this man here, because he's more in shape than I am. But what I'm saying is, ladies, these people to trick y'all to get in the ring that y'all don't supposed to be in. You got a lane that I can't step in. I ain't got to call it down. You know the shit I can't step in that you do, I could never do. I just give an example. I try my best to be the best father I can. I can't do what my lady can do. I try so hard to compete on being a great daddy, being not getting frustrated. Man, I got so frustrated. I said, I ain't even told my lady this story. 2 nights ago, I got so frustrated with my little baby. So frustrated. I just stared at her. I was so frustrated. I done fed her, I done changed the diaper because I was doing daddy duties because mother was taking a rest. She was getting rest. So I stepped in to do daddy's duty and I'm seeing her looking at this baby. I fed her. I changed the diaper. I went and got another bottle. What more do you want? But then I watched my lady. Man, she got the patience. She might be frustrated, but as much as she gonna do is and get it done. She got the skills that I try my best to compete with, but I don't got it. I lose my mind looking at that shit, hearing that shit. So it's like, I'm not saying your only power is being a mother, because I advocate to my lady all the time, you are special, you're beyond being a mother. You got more in you than being a mother. But what I'm saying is, because I know some of y'all are silly, you can't hear what I'm saying, so I'm going to repeat it. You have ability that men can't compete with, and you know what they are. I'll just give an example on one of them. Of me. It might be some other men that can sit there and tolerate it. It might be some women that can't. Yeah, it's some things that we all can do alike, but it's some things that women do better than men, and it's some things that men do better than women. Stop fucking trying to blur the lines and make it seem like you could just jump over and be a man today, and I could jump over and be a woman. It don't fucking work that way, and you keep letting the world trick you to thinking that it do. Until somebody get hurt or somebody get assaulted or attacked or some type of way, and then all of a sudden now we got people crying.
I cannot stop laughing at just how this man dominated. Let me give you an example of why I'm kind of wondering, are they being strategic or is this a real reality show? Let me tell you why I say that. See, in our country, we're full of betas. They want men to be emasculated. They want you to be feminized. And I would argue some people, they may go down the conspiracy theorist part and say, you know, the food that they give you, the hormones they put in food, plastic, all of these things have estrogen in it.
See, Officer say this is not a conspiracy theory, but I am. And guess what? Everything we eat has material. You can go look it up. They found that the thing that they got, I don't know the name of it, but you can go look it up. Just follow the story on by the tell you. They found it in frogs. Frogs was becoming homosexual. There is some type of chemical. I don't know if it started in California, but that's where I heard of it. They found some frogs in California that was becoming homosexual and able to regenerate themselves based on this chemical that they was getting in possession of. I don't know. Just follow that story. And they translated that and started to put it into our ingredients. So you have men that come off as feminine, but they are really men's heterosexual, but they have feminine ways because the things we eat and consume, it manipulate our DNA. You feel me? As well as vaccines and stuff like that. So of course, like I said, he's not a conspiracy theory. He one of those guys. He see it, he call it down there. But I'm a conspiracy theory, and I see it and call it down the middle. So I can see both worlds. So yes, they do have things in our shit that give men estrogen and give women, hormone of a man.
Drives down a man's masculinity and testosterone. However, I would argue as well is the propaganda and the way that they treat men, the way that they're raising men, the way that they're telling men they're supposed to act. Now, other countries have a vested interest in building their men up to be the men that they're supposed to be. All you gotta do is look at the military video in Russia, look at the army in other countries. Their men are men. Their recruiting video is high speed. In America, I have two mommies. They got nothing to do with fighting in war. However, I would not be surprised if they set this up knowing that these men would dominate, which to me will give young men an idea of their rightful position of masculinity. This whole thing probably has nothing to do with a reality show. This probably has everything to do with the government using propaganda to posture up young men in their rightful position, to teach young men about strength, to encourage young men to be strong and courageous and dominant. But for too long in America, you ain't gonna never see nothing like that. This will be, what would they
cancel? Transphobics, women phobic, all kind of shit. If they had this show over here, this show would have been canceled. Goddamn, the first week it aired, and that should tell you something, ladies. I just don't understand. Women, I'm going to say this. And I ain't never cared about getting canceled because I say what I want to say. Because I'm a man. And I don't go out to hurt anyone's feeling. I don't go out to spew hatred. But I'm a man that say what I feel and what I mean. And I keep it respectful. But I'm going to say this. I don't understand how women are more on the side of women that want to replace them versus helping men see the truth of their identity. I just don't understand. A woman would go choose to hang out with the rainbow community versus telling her sons, her nephews, her brothers, the real of the real. Be a man, stand up and be a leader. No matter what you do, that woman will stand behind a man like that. But when you start to be that little whiny whimper man and you start to be that little, I don't know, baby, that's the man that out there looking stupid. Getting fucked on, getting cheated on, getting talked crazy to. Now the other men, we might get talked crazy too, but guess what? Nigga, she know when the line has been crossed. Because she know there's consequences. See, for you other little whimper men, see ain't no consequences for fucking you over. But niggas like me, that's a consequence. We ain't got to get into the consequences because most of y'all too soft to hear the consequence. You counsel people for consequence. But it's the same thing. It's a consequence for a real woman. Now, a little girl, she'll let you walk all over her, treat her any type of way. But a real woman, there's a consequence. But it just drives me crazy that real women, and let me say what I mean about real women, no disrespect, because I never come out here to disrespect, but biological women, cis women, how the fuck you choose to go be with the other side versus standing with your boys, helping them to become men? You standing with the people that gonna replace your dumb ass. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You go choose to hang with people that gonna take your spot, take your man from you. Take your take your homegrown boy because you don't help raise men because you're too afraid of raising men because you have lived in this world where, hey, having a man means you might have to not wear them certain clothes. Because if you with a man ain't going for that. Bitch, what the fuck you think you going with me dressed like that? All right, now, we on that. I know we on that freaky shit, but bitch, fuck you talking about you ain't wearing no clothes. You bitch, you got your ass out. Fuck you think you doing? See, when you with a boy, when you with a young nigga that you have coerced to being a young boy and you grew him up to be a young, oh, it's your body, your choice. Fuck is you talking about? You with a man. Fuck is you talking about? This is what you gonna wear. You gonna represent me in that dumb ass shit? That's the difference. So it just amazed me, but I understand because you caught up in this propaganda that the world have spirit out. Because see, the world spirit hatred. Nigga, it's a crime to be heterosexual. It's a crime to be heterosexual. To say I don't agree with homosexual, nigga, I'm a target. Fuck is you talking about? To say I don't hate nobody that's homosexual, I got plenty in my family. But they stay away from me and I stay away from them. But when we see each other, what's up? Other than that, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't live the life you live. What you want to talk to me about? Okay, well, all right, cool. What's up, homie? We at the game. I see my cousin. I ain't even recognize him. But guess what? Ain't no ill will. But what he not going to do, he not going to influence my kids. No, man, I ain't going for that. My kids gonna grow up to like boys. I got girls, they like boys. What is you doing? Leave my kids alone, man. Go on by your business. Yeah, but we can't say that because that's against the rules. That's against, you. So what you, bitch, you heard what I said? My kids gonna be raised in an environment where we like the opposite sex over here. When you get old enough and you able to date, you bringing a boy home. You bring them girl, you go talk to your mama with that shit. See, your mother is more accepting to that than I am. I ain't with it. Go talk to your mama. Don't come over here and talk to me about that bullshit. You ain't got no boyfriend? What the fuck you doing then? I ain't raised you like that. I didn't raise you to get caught up in this bullshit that the world portray. I didn't raise you to think that you can go fight your man and then call your daddy. Dad, I just got to fight with my boyfriend. He hit me. Well, what you do to him? Well, I hit him because he was cheating. Well, you stupid fuck are you? You put your hands on that man because he cheated on you. You ain't leave. You just stayed there and decided to have a fist fight with a man. Well, you ain't my daughter because I raised my daughter to not hit that man in spite of what he do to you. If that man ain't put his hands on you, the best thing you do is walk away and leave him right there. But you telling me, Dad, I just got to fight with my boyfriend because he cheated on me and I hit him and he hit me back. Well, guess what? Call the police. Don't call me. Because I won't fall victim to that stupid shit. Because there's no way my daughter calling me telling me she hit her man or her boyfriend and he hit her back. Fuck you thought was going to happen? He was just going to look at you? Nah, you've been watching too much TV. You've been watching too much TV. But that's just how it goes over. That's how I feel about that. I'm disappointed in women, cis women, joining the campaign for non-cis women versus going over here to coaching their sons up, their nephews, and their brothers up to be men. Stand up to a woman. Don't take that shit from her. You don't got to buy her to fuck her. You don't got to buy her conversation. You don't got to buy her no drink just because she stood next to you at the bar. You got niggas out here think they got to buy a woman a motherfucking drink for being at the goddamn bar. Who the fuck said that you got to pay for somebody's time, nigga? That's them cupcake niggas. Fuck, I got to pay to talk to you? Bitch, what? Fuck, I look like I'm a man, bitch. I don't pay for conversation.
Call it sexist, homophobic, misogynist, the patriarch.
We're going to put this on YouTube, but we ain't going to put our version on YouTube. Because like these videos I'm showing, I want to just show them and not talk over them. I talk it with y'all, but when I get ready to put this on my other channel, I'm just gonna put the video up. So if you see this on I got a new channel coming out, Anonymous VENOM. That's my new channel where I'm gonna be bringing the game, but I don't want to talk over it. I just want the people to see the game that I'm bringing. Like if I was doing this video on my other channel, Anonymous VENOM, I just sit here, watch the video, you know, letting the people say what they want to say. But with y'all, I can speak to it, but I'm gonna be doing these videos over. So just in case you see these videos, you like, man, Anonymous ain't talking on this. Yeah, because we ain't gonna talk over. We just gonna put the information out. And the video that I put out, you will see my point of view based on the video I'm putting out.
I mean, everything you can think of to emasculate men, that's what the description in America would be. Now, this is on Netflix, but I'm telling you, this is obviously not in America. But I think it's very interesting, and that's why I brought up and decided to tell you guys about the supplement, and why I said I'm gonna start taking this supplement, because I really want to make sure that I'm prepared and I'm in beast mode. And I don't really take supplements like that. It's only like 2 supplements that I will take, but I only take stuff that I trust, that I want to make me the best version of myself. And, you know, this is a perfect example in this video of how I wish that I saw more men in America portrayed like this. Now, football is a warrior sport. We get it. But even in football, the first female trainer, the first female kicker, they continue to try to involve themselves in emasculating men. Mm-hmm. It used to be more of a gladiator sport than it is today, meaning that you get knocked out on the field. My great uncle, Jack Tatum, I call him my great uncle. I don't know officially, but it was rumored that he's my great uncle. But Jack Tatum paralyzed the dude. Coming down the middle, pow, paralyzed. They didn't care. Laughed at him. Walked off the field. Told him to hurry up. Get him off the field, coach. But now they rub their back.
Nah, my point of view, I don't agree with that. That's stupid that the nigga think that's cool. But I understand what he's saying. But the way that he describing it, he'll fuck nigga. That's my opinion. I fuck with Officer Tatum, but Officer Tatum do a lot of fuck shit. But I fuck with him because he give a lot of knowledge. See, I don't want to get into all that, but yeah, that ain't funny that your uncle paralyzed nigga. But I understand what he's saying though, nigga. We play hard out here. Because when I was coming up, we played this game called Picking Up Bussin'. Y'all might call it something else in y'all town, but where I'm from, you pick up the football, nigga, and that's how we became tough. That's how we started to drive the weakness out of us. Picking up busing was a great way, and I think back to that game, and that game really helped me out a lot. Because that game helped toughen me up. Because I, was a great basketball player, but I didn't like that contact. But as I began to play football, I realized in order to be great, you got to run towards fear. You got to run towards somebody that coming towards you, and you got to make contact, and it's going to be hard. And that's football. That picking up busting shit helped a lot, goddammit. That shit helped a lot because it helps you become thick, have a thicker skin, you look at the eyes of fear and you say, nigga, come on, goddamn, I'm with it. He said, we call it toss them up and bust them. Yep. Okay, so y'all toss the ball up. Damn, so I guess our town flipped it. We pick it up. So y'all toss it and whoever catch it, that kind of, hey, man, I don't want to think we ever do that one. I think we just picked it up, but I like that toss them up too. But, we used to try to kick the ball to the weak-ass nigga, make him get tough. Hey, the ball close to you, nigga, pick it up. Man, I ain't finna pick that motherfucker up, nigga, and let's go. And I used to, man, some days I used to be scared, then I realized, nigga, you gonna do this shit, just do it. Get that ball to run. And nigga hit you, they hit you, goddammit. And nigga, I took some licks, goddammit. Throw up tackles. Okay, shit, well, look at that. We got all kind of different names. But that let me know the men's that, no disrespect. It's certain sports you play, I know that you were raised different than others. If you ain't played no contact sports coming up as a kid, then I understand. I ain't calling you no names. I just know you a little different. Most of these kids growing up on the internet, they don't go outside for shit. You feel me? We played flag football and tackle football in the road. We played tackle football in the road. We played tackle football at a place called Cab Jack. They used to be a plant and it got shut down, but it had this big old little field. And guess what? Nigga wasn't no motherfucking grass. It was what y'all call turf. Hard ass dirt with little grass spots. And that's what we played football at. Sometimes we would play in the streets. We call it Smear the Queen. Look at that. We got all kind of names for this shit. But that's why, like, I ain't saying that you weak. I'm just saying that I know, nigga, you know, you ain't really about that contact. So you stop talking to me, man. You ain't really about that contact. You'll shoot me. You ain't gonna fight me. You'll be quick to shoot me. You ain't played pick it up busting. You ain't played no contact sports. I know you going to get. If a nigga said he ain't played no contact sports, walk around, chat, move around, cause that nigga will shoot you. He don't want to go hand to hand. He ain't never played no contact sports. You think he finna fight you in his 20s, in his 30s, in his 40s? Nigga finna shoot you. Get your ass out of there. Yeah, they soft, bro. No disrespect, but it's just the truth. Parents won't kick their kids out the house. And I told my girl said she ain't never heard of this. I'm gonna ask y'all, have y'all ever heard of this? It might be just a South thing. Where I'm from, you could not stay in the house. You had to get outside, and especially in the summertime. You was not allowed to come back in the house. Once you go outside at 10 o'clock in the morning or 11, you couldn't come back in the house until about 5 or 6. Unless you get a water break or the bathroom. Get your motherfucking ass outside. My girl said she ain't never heard of that. Anybody ever had that? Like it was a game to exactly do stupid shit. They would lock the door and be in that motherfucker sleep or doing whatever. My parents would lock the door and be in the house sleep. Nigga, we outside, can't get in the house. You now, motherfucker, stay your ass outside. You ain't coming back in here. And guess what? You could be outside or in the house, you had to pick one. Nigga, you go outside 2 times, you stay out there. Don't bring your ass back in here letting out all that cold air. But these niggas, these niggas can stay in the house all day. Man, my dad ain't going for that. My aunties ain't going for that. You talking about sitting in the house? Man, you'll get your motherfucking ass out this house. Shit. Sit up in the house too long, nigga, that's an ass whooping. You ain't been outside all day? Okay, get your motherfucking ass in here. What you been doing in here then? My dad, my auntie and my dad, if you stayed in the house all day, nigga, it's like you did something. What the hell you were doing then? Nigga, I ain't committing no crime. I been sitting in the house watching TV. Watching TV? Man, you get your motherfucking ass outside. It's hot outside and you in the house? That's how my parents would talk. That's how my family would talk. Nigga, if it's hot outside, you don't get to be in the house. Fuck is you talking about? You don't even get to be in the house if it's hot outside. Nigga, we had to play video games outside. We had a long table, basketball goal, a long table, Nintendo 64, Sega. That's how we had to do it. Nigga ain't going in no motherfucking house playing no game. Man, you take that motherfucking TV outside, y'all ain't gonna be up in the goddamn house. If you want to play that game, take that motherfucker outside. Nigga, we used to have everybody over there on my homie house. His house was the house to go to, and his parents, they would make her get outside, man, and it'd be like, I told y'all we had a group of 13. We still got a nice strong group. Like I said, I don't hang with them no more, but them still the homies. I think it's about 8 of them now. But we should be like a group of 13, nigga. 13 niggas in the yard playing basketball on this fucking dirt, kicking dirt everywhere. And got a table, a long ass table, Nintendo 64, Sega, Dreamcast, playing video game, nigga. TV on the porch is classic, dog. He was knocking on my door to come outside. Soon we got out of school. Bro, I'm telling you, it's shit different now. He said, remember the saying, Zach? Ain't you forced outside? He said, I want to get it. Man, I'm telling you, it's so different now, dog. That's what I'm like. That's what I want to say this one more time. If you run into a person and y'all having confrontation and that person ain't played no type of contact sport coming up as a kid, leave that man or that woman alone. well, leave that man alone, because that man is probably willing to shoot you. That man ain't had no altercation, no physical sports, ain't did no contact shit. That man is probably willing to take your life over some silly shit. Because them the type of people that want to impress people. They ain't really about that contact shit. They want to impress somebody and make it seem like they bigger than what they are. Walk away from that person. You don't need to lose your life over no motherfucker doing no silly shit, stepping on your shoes, or, you know, shit like that. Or, you know, he said you looking at this girl like, nigga, she look good. People gonna look at her. Shit like that. But let's move on to our next one. First off, I'm gonna go check on my lady, then I'll be right back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this back over so y'all can see it from the beginning for the people that didn't see it. Then I'll be right back.
American. But they decided to have a little contest between men and women. Now, I don't know if it's staged or not, but, you know, this is clearly, in my opinion, is a clear depiction of the strength level between men and women. Now, everybody's up in arms about this video because it really goes outside of the stereotypical behavior that they want men to participate in America. This is like what real men do against women versus what they want us to believe here in the United States of America, where they're emasculating men on a day-to-day basis. So I want to play this clip because this dude, with no mercy, destroys this female bodybuilder. And the funny thing is that this is televised. This is a show. They would never do this in America. Roll the clip.
I'm strong enough to lift up and carry most men. I'll make him regret this.
He's out on a stroll.
What's he doing?
He got his hands in his pocket. She is a no factor.
With his hands in his pockets. Nice!
He's strong, though.
He's using his technique already.
Whoa, she can't flip him over. He won't go over. Whoa! Whoa!
Awesome.
What is this?
He's laughing at her.
He flipped her. Technique. He can't fight back when he uses martial arts techniques. He's on top, it's over.
I agree 1,000%. It's a blessing and a curse. You know? All right, we're gonna watch one more. Gonna watch one more, y'all. Then we're gonna be back tomorrow with it. Gonna be back in the morning. Play some Harry Potter. We're gonna watch one more.
That's what I know. And I was told, don't do that anymore because we'll kill you. People started playing games, and now the game is out of control. The world's never going to be the same.
The mind control media has been spotlighting recent reports on UFOs being spotted and even shot down out of the sky. And many suspect it's laying the groundwork for the so-called fake alien invasion that has been reported on now for decades. A false event wherein the public is tricked into believing that aliens from outer space are invading the Earth. In his 1991 book, Behold a Pale Horse, William Cooper claimed that secret groups within the U.S. government have designed their own flying saucer technology and are planning to launch a staged alien invasion in order to create a one-world government.
What I discovered was amazing. What I discovered, ladies and gentlemen, is that there has been a plan in existence since about 1917, and probably before that, to create an artificial extraterrestrial threat to this Earth in order to create a one-world totalitarian socialist government.
Nazi scientist and former head of NASA, Wernher von Braun, reportedly told his assistant, Carol Rosen, that a fake alien invasion will be the final gambit of an ongoing plan to create a one-world government.
And we have to prevent the weaponization of space because there is a lie being told to everyone that the weaponization of space is now first being based upon the evil empire, the Russians. There are many enemies, he said, against whom we're going to build this space-based weapon system. The first of whom was the Russians, which was existing at that time. Then there would be Then there would be third world countries. Now we call them rogue nations or nations of concern. Then there would be asteroids. And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.
The fake alien invasion is only possible if there are advanced technologies being hidden from the public, capable of pulling it off. And there is plenty of evidence supporting this, from the stolen and censored work of Nikola Tesla to that of John Hutchison, and thousands more. According to some sources, these technologies were discovered by back engineering alien spacecraft. But the word alien implies extraterrestrial, not from this Earth. And that's the fake part, because humanity's historical record is replete with non-human species that ruled over mankind as gods. This story is the most prolific story on Earth. The Sumerian texts, officially the oldest written documents we have, describe a non-human species that created a unique species of human via genetic modification. These non-humans then began mating with human women and created a new race of giants. This story is prevalent throughout our entire historical record and is found in practically every religious scripture on Earth. Nearly every culture on this planet claims to have been created by a race of godlike reptilians, most often described as serpent gods or dragons. David Icke has compiled scores of personal accounts describing an interdimensional reptilian-like species that hides in the shadows by shape-shifting and taking possession of a human's body. William Bramley's book, Gods of Eden, provides a comprehensive history of a secret brotherhood that works as an intermediary for a reptilian-like species that has been manipulating mankind for millennia. And in all these ancient accounts, we not only read about these godlike species, we read about their flying ships. In the ancient Vedas, they are called Vimanas. These ancient Vimanas were described in great detail 100 years ago in the Vaimanika Shastra and were believed to be found within hidden caves of the Himalayan mountains, which is what likely compelled to explore the Himalayas in search of the Aryan race in 1938. We are officially told that the Aryan race was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed breed of humans, but this is a lie. The Aryan race that the Nazis were interested in was the Aryan race of the ancient Vedas, an elusive, non-human species with advanced technologies. And several high-level claimed that they made contact with them and that they were working for them. During World War II, the most highly classified project was the Bell, a mysterious device whose appearance is described the same as the Vimanas of the Vaimanika Shastra, and whose effects are described as altering time and space and defying gravity. When the war ended, several scientists were absorbed by the US government, and a secret Nazi base was established in Antarctica. Shortly after this, the Antarctica Treaty outlawed all public travel anywhere south of the 60th parallel. So it is plausible that the emerging one world government has the means to pull off a fake alien invasion. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Seymour Hersh, relying on unnamed national security sources, recently published an article on his Substack about the destruction of the Nord Stream pipelines. Two pipelines, known as Nord Stream 1, provided Western Europe with cheap Russian gas for more than a decade. These pipelines were seen by NATO as a threat to Western dominance. Profits were shared with the Russian government and provided up to 45% of their annual budget. A second pair, called Nord Stream 2, had been built but were not yet operational. NATO was concerned that as long as Europe remained dependent upon these pipelines, Germany would be reluctant to supply Ukraine with money to fight Russia. And so the Biden administration authorized Jake Sullivan to assemble a task force with members of the Biden White House, the CIA, and the Pentagon to come up with a plan for the destruction of the pipelines. The operation was run by Victoria Nuland, Anthony Blinken, and Jake Sullivan. The Navy proposed using a submarine the pipeline directly. The Air Force proposed dropping bombs with delayed fuses. And the CIA argued that whatever was done, it would have to be covert, because if traced to the U.S., then it would be an act. In early 2022, right after the CIA reported to Sullivan that they had a plan, both Victoria Nuland and President Biden publicly threatened to bring an end to Nord Stream 2.
If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2.
According to the source, this public announcement meant that blowing up the pipeline no longer could be considered a covert option, and that there was no longer a legal requirement to report their plans to Congress. The Americans partnered with Norway, who had their own motivations for the destruction of the Nord Stream pipelines, which would allow them to sell more of their own natural gas to Europe. In March of 2022, members of the team flew to Norway to meet with the Norwegian Secret Service. The Norwegian Navy decided on a spot in the shallow waters of the Baltic Sea, a few miles off Denmark's Bornholm Island, where the divers, operating from a Norwegian Alta-class mine hunter, would plant C4 charges with concrete protective covers on the 4 pipelines. Divers were chosen from the U.S. Navy's Diving and Salvage Center in Panama City, which specializes in training deepwater divers to use C4 explosives because they were Navy only and not members of America's Special Operations Command, whose covert operations would need to be reported to Congress. The mission was secretly embedded into an annual training exercise already scheduled for June of 2022, known as Baltic Operations 22, or BaltOps 22, wherein the Panama City divers would place C4 explosives with a 48-hour timer attached. But the White House then worried that triggering the explosion within 2 days of the well-publicized training exercise would make it obvious that America was responsible. And so it was decided that the C4 would be triggered by a sonar buoy, later dropped by plane. The buoy would emit a sequence of unique low-frequency tonal sounds to trigger the explosives. On September 26, 2022, a Norwegian Navy P-8 surveillance plane dropped the sonar buoy. The signal spread underwater, and a few hours later, the high-powered explosives were triggered and 3 of the 4 pipelines were put out of commission. According to Hirsch's national security sources, it was a beautiful cover story. It was a covert operation that placed experts in the field and equipment that operated on a covert signal. The only flaw was the decision to do it.
Wow. It never is what it is. It never is. It never is what it seems. It never is what it seems. You have to think for yourself with a lot of this shit, man. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Wow. I don't know. One day, the truth for the civilians may come, but I feel like the truth is already here for the civilian. Most civilians just choose to not obtain the knowledge that is here. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I see y'all back here in the morning, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be back here in the morning. We're gonna be playing some of that Harry Potter again. Then we'll hop on do some videos and stuff. Thank y'all for the support, man. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Now I'll see y'all in the morning.